Reports coming out this morning that Brian May of Queen was near death after suffering a heart attack when he had that gardening accident. I'm John Beaudin from Rocky Street Music. Well, we all remember the report that Brian May had as Forrest Gump would say, a buttocks accident, which a lot of people kind of laughed at while he was gardening. It turns out there's an awful lot more to this story. The 72-year-old guitarist released a whole bunch of Instagram posts telling his fans what actually happened, saying after the gardening accident, he was still in agony. Quote, I wanted to jump at some points. So he was readmitted to the hospital where he got an MRI scan. At that point, all they thought it was a compressed sciatic nerve. He said it felt like a screwdriver was going into his back at the time. Can you imagine? Then he felt a tightness in his chest for like 40 minutes. He was in agony, and it turned out to be a heart attack. He was admitted to the hospital where they found 3 blocked arteries. He was pressured to have open heart surgery. He chose to have a stent implanted. He said he wanted to take the alternative route. And it's strange when you think of something like that happening because he looked at himself as being, in spite of his age, very healthy, lived a healthy lifestyle. He said, everyone says you've got great blood pressure, great heart rate. I keep fit, on my bike, good diet, not too much fat. He also suggested that anyone over 60 get an angiogram. You know, your smartwatch can tell you some things, but it can't tell you everything. He's come off the painkillers now, but he says he didn't know what was worse, the pain or the painkillers. Because if you're not used to that kind of thing, you're tripping all the time. It's so strange. I remember, maybe 2 years ago, my next door neighbor and I had way too much scotch, way more than I'd ever had in my life. And the next day I started getting chest pains. It turned out to be really bad heartburn. But you go through this period of going, is this it? Is this how I'm going to die? Went to emergency and then I got a stress test, which is something I think most of the time you need symptoms for. But I was so relieved to know that I was okay. Even the doctor that gave me the stress test, we were talking about hard liquor together. Because doctors are under a lot of stress, themselves. And some of them may have a little too much of this. I'm generalizing. He proceeded to tell me how many nights he had of that kind of behavior. Made me feel a little bit better in spite of the situation. Brian May even referenced the fact that a lot of people were kind of chuckling about his bum muscle. But he says he's kind of forgotten about that. I mean, man, anyone watching this channel, most of the people who watch this very channel are older, a little younger than me. I'm 60 years old. Just turned 60 in February. And when you're 60 or past 55, you start thinking about this kind of stuff. Got to look after yourself. In spite of his healthy lifestyle, there's the nurture nature thing. I mean, your DNA workup, your family history. You got to look after that stuff. I'm glad he's okay. What a loss that would have been. Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos.